All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back with another video where we are going to learn how to cheat on our homework in a way that preserves the integrity of the assignment. And what we're going to learn today is how to solve systems using elimination. Okay, so this is the assignment that we're working on here. It doesn't matter if you don't have this assignment because the problem's still going to be solved in a way that you'll understand. Okay, so if we flip to the back of that first page on assignment 5, we get down here to number 11. Okay, number 11 looks like a good problem to solve because it looks kind of difficult, and we have to solve this system using elimination. Okay, so again, before we do anything, let's get the answer, right? So this is the way that I'm trying to show you how to become more self-sufficient with your math. And so let me share my screen with you. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so let me share my screen and then I will show you MathWay. Okay, let me just check that you're seeing that. Good, you're seeing MathWay. And what you're going to type in here is what you were given. Okay, 4x plus 3y equals -1. And then shift enter to get a new line. And then type 5x plus 4y equals +1. Okay, click this little arrow, and then we're going to solve using addition/elimination. Okay, so it gives us the answer. And so we already know that the answer is -7, 9, that x equals -7 and y equals 9. And we can actually look at a graph of this. But remember, we don't care about the graph because we're solving using elimination. If you subscribe to MathWay's more premium service, you can look at all of the algebraic steps, and I'm talking more depth than you'll ever want with explanations for each step for you to get all the way to the end of the problem. So this is not an advertisement for MathWay, but I'm just letting you know that that's available for you. Of course, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it, so no worries there. Let me turn off my display capture here so we get back to our page. And we're going to need a piece of scratch paper to do this. So the first thing that we're going to do to actually solve this using elimination is rewrite everything on a piece of scratch paper. Okay, so here's some scratch paper, and we got a straight edge ready to go. Okay, so let's take our pen here and write 11 because that's the number we're doing. And we're just going to rewrite the system as it appeared. 4x plus 3y equals -1. 4x plus 3y equals -1. And then below that, we'll write 5x plus 4y equals 1. Okay, so now to do elimination, it's actually easier than substitution. Just draw a line, and you have to now determine, this is the first step. This is something that you're going to have to do in your head. Step 1 is to decide which letter to eliminate. Okay, decide which letter to eliminate. So it's actually up to you. Sometimes you want to eliminate one or the other, but you're going to end up finding both of the letters, and so you just decide. So let's play a little game here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're going to eliminate the y variable. Okay, it really doesn't matter. So we chose to eliminate y. All right, so in this problem, we will eliminate y. Okay, so let's see if we can do that without any further steps. 3y plus 4y is 7y. Uh-oh, that doesn't eliminate it. How about 3y minus 4y if I try subtraction? Because with elimination, I have to either add or subtract the equation to get rid of the variable. Well, I noticed that with addition and subtraction, I can't get rid of it either way. So now we have to multiply these equations by some numbers to make these numbers equal. Okay, so now for step 2, we have to multiply both equations. Okay, now you don't always have to multiply both equations, but here you have to multiply both equations. Okay, by numbers that will make the y's, the y coefficients, I should say, that's C-O-E-F-F, efficient, I-C-I-E-N-T-S, will make the y coefficients equal. Okay, so that's our next step. So now we have to multiply both equations by numbers that will make the y coefficients equal, and the numbers don't have to be the same. Okay, so you're kind of playing a game like least common multiple. What is the least common multiple between 3 and 4? Okay, what's the number that's popping into your head? For most people, it's 12. All right, so because the LCM, least common multiple, of 3 and 4 is 12, we will multiply the top equation by 4, okay, and we will multiply the bottom equation by 3. All right, and that, if I multiply the top by 4 and the bottom by 3, okay, then these y's will both be 12. Okay, so let's do that now. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 4. And then after I do that, I'll multiply the bottom equation by 3. You have to do distribution. So you're going to be multiplying the 4 times 4x, the 4 times 3y, and the 4 times -1. And you'll rewrite the system, okay? Once you get these new equations, then you'll do 3 times 5x, 3 times 4y, and 3 times 1. So we have 4 times 4x, which is 16x, 4 times 3y, which is positive 12y, and that's going to be equal to 4 times -1, which is -4. And now I do the bottom. I've got 3 times 5x, which is 15x. I've got 3 times 4y, which is positive 12y. And that's equal to 3 times 1, which is 3, positive 3. Now we'll draw a line and look at our situation again. So at this point, we did step 1, okay, and we did step 2. Now what's step 3? Step 3 is figure out whether to add or subtract. Okay, we need to decide whether to add or subtract. Well, I want to get rid of, remember, I'm trying to eliminate the y variable. So if I add 12y plus 12y, I get 24y. That doesn't work. But if I say 12y minus 12y, well, that does work. So we figured out that we need to use subtraction. All right, we're going to use subtraction. So go over here and put big subtraction sign. And now you're going to use this operation of subtraction to subtract this entire system, and you're going to do it in columns, okay? So you're going to kind of mentally break up this, and you're going to do this in pieces. So first you're going to subtract the x's, then you're going to subtract the y's, then you're going to subtract the whole numbers. Okay? So 16x minus 15x. That's 1x. And you're free to write that 1, won't hurt anybody. Now 12y minus 12y is 0, so plus 0. Okay, so those are eliminated, and sometimes people just cross them out like that, and that's fine. And now, negative 4 minus 3. So a little side work over here. Negative 4 minus 3. Okay, so it's not going to be negative 4 plus 3. It's negative 4 minus 3. So you're going further on in the negative direction, and that would be negative 7. So 1x equals negative 7. Okay, 1x plus 0 equals negative 7. Well, we don't have to write the 1 in front of the x, and we don't have to write the 0, so it's just x equals negative 7. Now, does that match what we found in MathWay? Let's go check and see. Okay, let's go check and see. Yep, the x value is negative 7. So this is, I'm saying cheat, use MathWay to cheat in the sense that you go confirm that you're right, x is negative 7. So now we're hoping to find that y equals 9. And that's the last part of this. So how do we find that y equals 9? Well, step 4. Okay, so we did step 3. And we actually did step 4. I should have inserted step 4, which is to perform subtraction. All right, so we did that. That's what we just did. Okay, so we did that, and I guess we're on to step 5 now, which is plug x back in to either equation. Okay, so we got x is negative 7, so we're going to plug x back into either equation and solve for y. Okay, and remember here, that x equals negative 7. So this is what I'm going to plug in back into one of my original equations, okay, before I altered them. It really doesn't matter where you plug it in, but it's got to be one of these two equations here. So we'll just choose the top one, and I'm going to plug in negative 7 here for the x. So we'll put here 4 times, open parentheses, negative 7, close parentheses, plus 3y equals negative 1. And now I'm going to solve for y. So 4 times negative 7 is negative 28 plus 3y equals negative 1. Okay, so now I'm trying to get y by itself, so I just add 28 to both sides. On the left, it cancels out, and I have 3y equals, and now I've got negative 1 plus 28. So it's just like saying 28 minus 1. 28 minus 1 is 27. Okay, so final step. Remember, we were hoping that y would equal 9. Okay, so we just divide both the left and the right by 3 and cancel these 3's here, and we get y equals 27 divided by 3, which is 9. So now we found that x equals negative 7, and we found here that y equals 9, which exactly matches what we found in MathWay. So now we finish step 5, and the final thing we have to do is just write the system, or write the solution to the system. In coordinate notation. Coordinate, we'll just say in coordinates, okay, as coordinates. And so that would look like this. Open parentheses, close parentheses, comma. The first one's x and the second one's y. So x is negative 7 and y is 9. All right, you're done, right? So now you just have to go back to your paper, and since we did all of our scratch work on another paper, we'll just put the answer here, negative 7, comma 9, and then we'll put in here C attached work. That way your teacher knows that you didn't just get the thing out of thin air. We actually did the work here, okay? So we did all of these 6 steps, and you go back and watch this video again if you want to see how those 6 steps work, but there they are. You decide which letter to eliminate, multiply both equations if you have to, okay? And then we found the LCM. Okay, then we figured out whether to add or subtract, and we decided to subtract. We performed the subtraction. We plugged the variable we had left. We had x equals negative 7, so we plugged x back in to either equation. We solved for the other variable, which is y. And then we wrote the solution. Okay, we did that plugging in here. So this, I want to make sure it is understood that this is step 5 right here from our list. This is step 6. And this is step 2, where we multiplied the top and the bottom by those numbers that would turn these 3 and 4s into 12s. And here was steps 3 and 4. Okay? And step 1 we kind of did in our head. Right? So there's all of your steps. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful. If it was, please let me hear about it, okay? And share this video far and wide. Appreciate your attention.